Welcome back to Mac Tutorial, and in this one we're just going to continue where we left off on the last tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to fine-tune this photograph because this changeable letter marquee that is on this existing steel pole uh, is blocking the sky view for the actual size of the watchfire sign. So in order to edit this photo, we right click on the photo. It brings up this command. We want to edit the contents, and it's we've gone into a sublayer of this photo where we had placed it inside this placeholder, a square that we drew with the rectangle tool. And now that we're in the sub-level of the placement of that photo, now we can right-click again, and we want to go to Edit Bitmap. This will open up the bitmap editor of Corel Draw. And in here we will okay, now that I've got my scrubber tools, we can get to where we want to be on the photo. And we want to remove this marquee from the view. And this area is going to be primarily blocked with a watchfire sign, so we're not really trying to get a super clean job here. We just want to remove enough that it'll look like sky behind the watchfire. So in order to do that, we come over here to this tool right here, click on the little arrow in the bottom right hand corner, and select the clone tool. Now you can see that the clone tool has a C next to it. That means we can actually just use a keyboard shortcut of the C to bring on the clone tool. Now before the clone tool becomes active, now right now I've got the square icon chosen. If you've got round areas that you want to work with, you can use the round tool, and you see it gives you a round brush head to work with. But we want the square tool, and before it will begin to clone any of your area, you've got to choose an area to clone. So get it next to the area that you want to clone. And I want to keep everything in straight lines. So you'll see when I pull this off, I'm going to right click the tool. So once I've right clicked, it sets my clone area. And I don't want to just go way out into Wonderland here. I want to keep this tool lined up with how I'm going to reproduce that area. And you can kind of see the angle of this wire there. I kind of want to keep that line going, and it's just a little bit above, just a hair above. So I'm going to okay. And by putting the tool just a hair above my selection area, I was able to kind of keep the angle of that line so it looks like it's unbroken. That's not a big deal. It just if you get used to the tool, it kind of satisfies that gnawing in the brain of getting things as close as you possibly can. So because I've got a pretty straight line on this, I can pretty much just go straight forward. and I see a piece of steel here that might cause a little bit of an issue on the install. Okay, now I need to get some room over here to get this going up. So what I can do is I can right click. You see the bottom left hand area of my selection area, the bottom right hand area of my selection tool. The corner is right on the back side of the dark area of that pole. It's on the, so I've got the intersecting point of that black pole going down an angle through my selection tool to the bottom right hand corner. So when I come up here and I set this, I'm going to try to follow that line as accurately as possible in hopes that it'll be somewhat seamless. And we got a pretty good line going there, so we can go ahead and just follow that, and it follows a pretty good line all the way up. So I'm happy with that. And now I'm going to right click again and just follow straight over. I'm not going to worry about any angles. Just follow it straight over. Get right up against that one little pole. I got a little bit of a hair of something going on there, so I'm going to try to get rid of that. Okay. And to get into this area, I'm going to go up here and make my brush smaller. I think if I make it half the size it was, I might be able to do it. That looks like I need even more, so I'm going to go 5. 5 on the size. The empty box is my actual brush tool, so that's I'm lining that one up and right click, and then I'm going directly above it. I didn't get high enough, so I'm gonna take a tight area right here and do it again. Yeah, we got to go a little bit higher. We'll probably have everything we need now as far as being able to drop that other sign in over top of it. But you can see this black turns to white and that black turns to white. We can fix that real quick. Like we go over here to the selection tool, grab this area, and you can actually grab it even. I guess I'm going to have to zoom in. I'm going to remove this selection by pressing the Control and D key simultaneously. Oh yeah, that worked. Well, we just continue with the clone tool. We just want to create an appearance of, of you know, the natural appearance with the sky behind the sign. So it's not going to be all that critical to get it exact. Some of this won't even show up once we... Alright, I'm going to call that quits. And to get out of the edit area, you click on, you X out. And yes, we want to save the changes to the original photo. And now we can see it's been updated here, but we're still in the sub level of that photo, so we need to right click, finish editing this level, and there we are. And you can hardly even tell that we doctored up that photo from this view. When you print it out, you'll see some weirdness in the sky there, but the point has been made. We're going to remove that sign and we're going to put the watchfire in its place. Okay, I hope this helps you, and look for more Mac tutorials coming up.